Today I want to talk to you about making friends with strangers. Good day, my name is Matthew Ewell, and today is January 5th. It's my dad's birthday. Now, unfortunately, he passed away a number of years ago, but I still want to share a lesson he taught me. Now, not one he taught me by sitting me down and giving me instruction, but one that I learned just by observing how he lived his life. And this year it's about making friends with strangers. A number of years ago, my sister lived in Japan. And this is before, online video conferencing was an everyday thing. It was still a novel concept. So my father downloaded Skype and he installed it with the purpose of talking to my sister in Japan. Now, before he actually got a chance to talk with her, he wanted to try it out. So he typed in our last name, Ewell, and a number of Ewells came up that, some of them were online. And so my dad clicked on the first Ewell that had an online marker indicated. And the person answered, and his name is Fred Ewell. And so my dad said, "Hi, how are you doing?" And the person, Fred, on the other end said, "Good, how are you?" And my dad explained, "Hi, I'm John and I'm learning how to use Skype." And this person, Fred, he was actually in South Africa, and he was, more than happy to have a quick chat with my dad. And, I heard about the conversation later on that week when he was telling me about his first time using Skype. I thought it was really neat, and, we had a good chuckle about it. Well, a few months later, I came over to my parents' house. In the living room was this man, and my dad introduced me to him. It was Fred Ewell. Fred had come to Canada from South Africa on business and made a point of connecting with my dad. They had actually sprung up a friendship, and they were having dinner together. And, the next time I saw Fred was actually at my dad's funeral. And when he heard of his passing, he booked a flight from South Africa and made the effort to come. And he said to us at the funeral just how glad he was that my dad chose to click on his name that night and sprung up a friendship. And it was really meaningful to him, and he really appreciated my dad's friendship. The next story I want to tell you about making friends with strangers is, we lived at the end of a bus route. So we were the second bus stop on the way back to the station, so often there would be nobody else on, and there wouldn't really be many people on the bus for a few stops. My dad took the bus to work every morning, and after a few weeks, he'd actually noticed that there was somebody who was getting on the bus the one stop before him. And so after a few weeks, my dad said, "Hi, I see that we take the bus together in the morning. I'm John, nice to meet you." And it turns out, this gentleman told my dad that he had lost his job recently, and he didn't really know what to do. This is before online or the internet was really a thing. And he was just, taking the bus because he was just at a loss of what to do, looking at want ads in the newspaper. Well, my dad said, "I think we're hiring at my place of employment. Would you like me to connect you to HR and put a word in for you?" He said, "Of course I would." And eventually this gentleman got a job at my dad's workplace. And he also came to my dad's funeral, and he made a point of seeking us out, the family, and saying, I need to say thank you to your family and to John, because without him, he was my livelihood. He helped me get back on my feet. And I really owe much of what I have to his just saying hello to me on the bus that day. And they had actually become good friends, so much so that my mom gave him my dad's watch that his workplace gave him on retirement for him to keep, because there was a special connection there. And so I just want to encourage you, I don't need to tell you how lonely it has been, how isolating it can be these days. And I'm not suggesting that, any old person you should go up and say, "Hey," and strike up a conversation. To be honest, that would be a bit odd and unusual. But, is there somebody or some time where you're both sitting or you're both in a place where you could strike up a conversation and just ask how they're doing? It takes so little energy and cost on your behalf just to forward some humanity to somebody else. And you don't have to become their best friend, but it just is such a powerful thing. When I was speaking about the gentleman my dad met on the bus, there's a lot of actual data and science that says just that simple connection made that gentleman feel uplifted. In science, they would say produced the chemicals in his body that gave him self-encouragement, gave him a higher sense of self-worth. And that was just from my dad saying, you know, hi, I see that we take the bus together every morning. So in 2022, I just want to encourage you, you know, maybe this year you'll make friends with a stranger. Thanks for watching. Happy birthday, Dad, and thank you so much for the lessons that you taught me and that I get to share. Have a wonderful day.